Video solutions for your homework Unit 1 2D Geometry on Translations 1 through 12. Okay, complete the translation and write the rule to describe the translation. Translate the figure right 2 units and up 1 unit. So first let's go ahead and identify the points. Here we have A, B, and C. Okay. Now, I'm going to go right 2 and up 1. So since we don't have the rule, we're just going to use the written rule. So I'm going to go right 2, 1, 2, and then I'm going to go up 1 right there. So my new point is right there. That's called A prime. It's just like A, but it's A prime, so we can distinguish between the two. So let's do B now. Right 2, 1, 2, and up 1. So that point right there will be B prime. And then finally C, we can do it without making the marks. Right 2, up 1. So right there is going to be C prime, and I make that little mark above it. Now I go ahead and I complete the translation by connecting the new points. Okay. And there's my new shape. Now, what was the rule? Well, what did we do to our x? We went right 2, so right on the x-axis is basically positive or plus, and we went 2 units. And then what did we do to the y? We went up. Up on the y-axis is positive or plus, and we went up 1. So there's your rule. Pretty simple. Number 2, translate the figure up 1 unit. So it doesn't say anything about left or right. So all we're going to do is we're going to take each one of these points, A, B, C, and D, and we're going to go up 1. So here's going to be A prime. Okay, we're going to go up here, B prime, go up here to be C prime, and up here to be D prime. You don't have to label those with the A, B, and C prime. Now we're going to connect them, and we're going to have a new rectangle that's been translated. Remember, it's exactly the same, so it's congruent to the old one. It's just been moved upwards. Okay, what was the rule? Well, did we go left or right at all? No, so we just leave x like that. We don't add or subtract anything from it. But we did take the y and we went up. So we went positive or plus 1. Okay, number 3. Translate the figure left 1 unit and down 2. Okay, so here we are. Here's A. Let's go to A prime. So left 1 and down 2. So there's our new point, A prime. Okay, here's B. So we're going to go left 1 and down 2. And here's our C, left 1 and down 2. So there's our 3 points, and now we can go ahead and connect them. And we have our translation. Pretty simple stuff. Okay, and what was the rule? Well, what did we do to the x? We went left, so that's going to the negative part, or minus 1. And then what did we do to the y? We went down, or minus 2. Number 4. Translate the figure right 7 units and down 3. So to the right 7, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, okay, whoops, except for that's down. I forgot to go down 3. So my mistake there. So we got to be careful. So I go to the right 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and down 3. Now, do you see a shortcut anywhere in here? I know that this is A prime. I know what this looks like. It has to be congruent to this one. So this one is 2 by 5. So this one has to be a 2 by a 5. So I don't even have to do the other points. I can now just make a congruent figure. So it's 2 and then by 5. We know it has to be exactly the same. So that's a little shortcut. There we go. Okay, the rule. I went to the right 7. So I'm going to add 7 to the x. And then I went down 3. So that's a minus 3 on the y. Good job. Okay, translate the figure left 3 units. So they're not telling us to go up or down, so the y will be the same. All right, so here's my A. I'm going to go to A prime, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to go B. Going to go to the left, 3. There's my B prime. C. I'm going to go to the left 3. There's my C prime. Now I connect. And I have my new congruent translation. Okay, the rule, we went to the left 3, so that's going to be minus 3. And we didn't do anything to the y, so it just stays the same. Each one of these coordinates on the y would be the same in the new shape. Number 6. Translate the figure left 2 units and up 4. All right, so let's start at A. So left 2, 1, 2, and up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, left 2, 1, 2, up 4. Okay, left 2, up 4. Left 2, up 4. There we go. And then connect. And there's our new trapezoid this is. It's a type of quadrilateral where we have one set of parallel sides. This side, okay, is parallel to this side. And that's the little mark we use when we have geometry. That means parallel. Okay, what's our rule? Well, we went to the left, so that's minus 2. And then we went up, so that's plus 4. Okay, so now we're just going to do a few of these and you can do the rest. So this is basically the same. Now this time I'm going to go ahead and do the rule first. So I'm going to go to the left 3, so that's x, and we're going to the left, so it's minus 3. And then I'm going to go up 3, so that's plus 3. Okay, if we wanted to do it like we did in class today, we could identify these points. So that's negative 5, negative 2, and then we have a negative 3, negative 5, that's your B, and then we have a negative 7, negative 5. So now like in class, we can do it mathematically too. Let's pretend that we didn't have the coordinate plane here and they just wanted to find the new points. So here we would actually have to do the math. So I'm going to subtract 3 for each of the x's, and I'm going to add 3 for each of the y's. Okay, we don't like that minus in algebra, so I'm going to go right now and do same change opposite. So we substitute. So that's a negative 5 plus a negative 3, okay, which is going to be negative 8. Okay, we have a negative 3 plus a negative 3. I'm just substituting each of these x's in for that variable. So that's a negative 6. And then we have negative 7 plus negative 3. So that would be negative 10. So there's my 3x coordinates. Okay, and then we do the y. So I have negative 2 plus 3 is positive 1. I have negative 5 plus 3. That's negative 2. And then I have another negative 5 plus 3. So that's going to be negative 2 as well. So those are your y coordinates. So if you didn't have to use the coordinate plane and I just wanted to know the new points, the new a prime, b prime, and c prime, it would be what? Negative 5, positive 1. Okay, so that would be my a prime. My b prime would be, oh, I messed up. That's negative 8 right here. See, by not being organized. There's negative 8. There's my 1. Okay, I should have used the columns right here. B would be negative 6 and negative 2. And then C prime would be the negative 10 and the negative 2. And now I could go ahead and plot them. So negative 8, positive 1 right here. Negative 6, negative 2, okay, right here. And then negative 10, negative 2 right here. And if I connect those, it's going to look just like that triangle. Looks like an isosceles triangle, where two sides are exactly the same. And I have my new translation. Okay, number 8. Translate the figure right 2 units and up 2 units. Okay, let's do one more where we actually do the math part. So let's find the rule. So I know I'm going right 2 units, so I'm going to add 2 to x. And then I'm going up 2 units, so I'm going to add 2 to y. Okay, let's identify these points. So that's 2, 2. Give myself a little more room over here. Okay, so that's A. Okay, B is over 7 up 2. And then C is over 2 down 3. So that's 2 negative 3. Okay, we know we're going to add 2 to each x and add 2 to each y. So x plus 2. So here's 2 plus 2. Then we're going to have 7 plus 2. Then we're going to have 2 plus 2. So my new points would be 4 for the x, 9 for the x, and 4 for the x. Okay, so there's your new x coordinate. Okay, now let's do the same for the y. Here's the rule for y plus 2. So identify your y coordinates. So that's a 2 plus a 2, and then another 2 plus a 2, then a negative 3 plus a 2. So we're going to get 4, 4. Remember your rule, take the sign of the bigger number, negative, and subtract. So these are my new y coordinates. So again, this method is really good if I just want the new coordinates of the new translation. So my new A prime would be 4 here and 4 there. My new B prime would be 9 here and 4 there. And my new C prime would be 4 here and negative 1. And now I can plot them if I have a coordinate plane. Over 4 up 4, over 9 up 4, and over 4 down 1. And go ahead and connect them. So you have to be able to do both. You have to be able to actually graph, and you have to be able to find the new coordinates. All right, let's do one more. All right, this time we'll just move them like it says. So I'm going to go left 3 and down 4. So left 3, 1, 2, 3, down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my A prime. Okay, B, left 3, down 4. There's my B prime. And C, left 3, down 4. There's your C prime. Can you connect? And you got it. So practice makes perfect, that old saying. You have to practice to get where you can master these. Okay, my rule. Whoop, got to grab a pen this time. My rule is I'm taking the x to the left, so it's minus 3. I'm taking the y down, so that's minus 4. And we might as well do another one. Translate the figure right 1 unit and up 2. So here's my A. I'm going to go to the right 1 and up 2. There's A prime. B, I'm going to go to the right 1 and up 2. There's B prime. And C is to the right 1 and up 2. So there's C prime. And when we connect, and I have my new translated triangle that's congruent to the original one. Okay, the rule, if I'm going to go to the right, that's x plus 1. And if I'm going to go up, that's plus 2. All right, you guys can go ahead and do 11 and 12, and if you need help, come in the morning or watch the video again or ask questions on Emoto. Good job.